What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Civilization 5 Deity Old World AI only battle. Nailed it. Yeah, it's going good. Getting exciting. Last episode, towards the end particular, there was a few developments that sort of came out of nowhere. The Congo, all of a sudden, in a very precarious position. Rhodesia, very quickly expanding, finishing off the Zulu, and now very much free to focus to the north. Plenty of artillery. This could not be going much worse right now for the Congo. And Burundi, also another Central African nation, struggling. Egypt is trying. They're struggling. They need to get a unit close somehow. I'll definitely agree it is going to be difficult. This Lancer might pose the best chance. The problem is it's all hills. It's going to be... You have to take a lot. But they do have planes. They're chipping away. I'm sure it will happen at some point. It's probably a matter of when. Not if. Yeah, Egypt actually doubled their planes since they got the first one last episode, so that's pretty impressive. We've also got Carthage making a lot of progress towards this city in eastern Spain. That will probably fall this turn from Portugal. Got a couple more settlers. The Netherlands have one here. I don't know if I've missed any crossing yet. There's another Dutch one arriving already over here. And apart from that, battleship. There's also a Jar settler crossing through Persia's territory at the moment, and the Songhai have one here as well. I was going to say the Congo, but no, the Songhai and Egypt actually both have settlers out here right now. Rhodesia as well, but they can't seem to find a spot that they're happy with, so I think it's just going to stay there forever probably. Unless they do find something, I guess, but at the moment it's just going to sit there. But yeah, quite a few settlers. So we're going to see another sort of second stage, I guess, of all the cities being settled, but there we go. Carthage does conquer this city. Not sure they'll be able to hold on to it forever. But I think, you know, even if Portugal takes it back, I think Carthage then gets it, and that'll probably be it. It'll probably be staying with Carthage. So there we go. Carthage having a good game for once. Somewhat of a good game. If they could get Rome, that would be a nice icing on the cake. I don't really know where they would go from there, to be honest. Everyone at that point does look a bit scary. I guess if they take out all of Portugal, they have a chance. But yeah, it depends how they get on with the Netherlands. Maybe they could team up on Greece or something. You never know. Poland versus China and Mongolia. Okay, not quite. They're fairly close, but they're separated by a giant wall of Russia, so probably not going to happen. Portugal does retake that city, but yeah, like I said, I think that was their last sort of melee unit nearby. If Carthage get it next turn, they'll kill the riflemen in the city, so yeah, at that point it'll probably be staying with Carthage for a bit longer. This is a difficult choke point. That is quite annoying, getting shot with like Gatling guns while trying to sail down the sea. Can't imagine that's much fun for them. But there we go. Oh, okay. I thought Songhai had put down their settler. Oh no, you're a bit too far north. Come down. Come down this way. You know you want to. They might go all the way past, to be honest. We obviously saw Great Britain do that on their way to Australia. Plenty of units starting to fill this area of the Pacific from the Jar, India, Ethiopia. They're all fighting each other out here in the ocean. Next stage of the United Nations. It doesn't matter too much when we see these stages. I think everyone gets an extra vote, but it's all relative. They all get an extra vote. There's no city-states, so those votes are not worth more, as they are normally. I think that's what those messages usually are. Like some of the city-state alliances become worth more. Not all of them, but some of the notifications. But yeah, obviously not so important. This time around, wow, Ethiopia has a ton of the sea. I guess their borders were cut off pretty early, so they have plenty of time to grow out this way compared to some others like the Netherlands, you know, who will be starting to grow into the ocean as they're sort of forced to, which is always fun. Obviously, it becomes more important to have open borders once the sea sort of gets locked off. I want to see where these settlers head. This one's obviously just arrived. We'll see. Germany, are you up to anything specific? You're still trying to hold on to this. I think it might be time just to try and get a peace deal. They have planes now, which means it'll be even easier, I guess, if they wanted to sink a lot of these frigates. We'll see what happens. China piecing out with India, not super important. Not as important as it sounds, definitely, because obviously China just trapped up here in the corner. Almost like North Korea at this point. You're like south and north, obviously completely out of Korea, but you know, just like two smaller states to the east of the larger one. If you take the Jar to be representing China, small Mongolia to the north, big Russia in the west. It's just like real life. Southeast Asia getting, you know, annoyed, I guess. Yeah, all seems to add up. And India with a massive population. It all works out. Who said this wasn't a perfect simulation? Okay, Songhai messed up completely. They are disowned. No, you're still my favourite Civ. Don't worry, guys. You're safe here. Actually, a good spot, I would approve. Obviously, it's not a canal, which is kind of annoying, but whatever. They get cocoa and gems. A lake as well. I mean, yeah, it's not too bad. I'll let them off. It's a good spot. If the Panama Canal was, if they couldn't have settled here and got like access to the bananas and the gems and probably the cocoa later on, you know, I would have been, and the whales that they're gonna get. Like, yeah, if this wasn't here, I'd be happy with this spot. You know, if this was 2 tiles all the way, I'd be pretty happy with that. Maybe I should make a map where I just do another pitching ideas last episode. Maybe we just make all the thin areas of the map even thinner. So we just make this 1 tile the whole way. We could where else could you do it? I don't really know. Maybe you could make like Italy, all the peninsulas, just make them really small, like Italy, Spain, just remove it all, make it look like a really skinny map. I don't know if that would really work. South America, maybe just make a smaller map. You just shave off 1 tile from the coast everywhere to make it smaller. In theory, that's something I could do if I wanted to balance the continents a bit more. I mean, this map's already, you know, very messed up to make the continents better. I feel like maybe you could skim North America of a tile from the border each, and then Asia could kind of work. I'm not sure, but you never know. Could work. Alright, what is this? Ian Smith has entered the atomic era. So have the Tsar, so that's Rhodesia and the Tsar following on. A little bit behind Russia. Obviously, Russia already has the Manhattan Project done. And have built an atomic bomb, so they're not... And a guided missile. Jeez, their tech is well ahead of their production. Obviously, not looking at the info addicts does not make things easy. I don't want to open them because they crashed the game last time, so I'll do it separately when I'm not recording. But population... Okay, Russia's leading in quite a few things. The Tsar lead on land, though. It's a bit of a surprise. But sea tiles are included, so Russia might actually have more land tiles. I don't know. I guess the Tsar have more, but... I think the Tsar have more anyway, but that's probably a bit of a exaggeration. Soldiers, Russia has the most, nearly 1 million, and they are 79% of the way down the tech tree, which is fairly impressive. Korea piecing out with China. Okay, never mind. Thought we were going to get the war I wanted. Turns out we had it all along and nothing was happening. Oh, Germany has managed to squeeze a settler out through Russia, not the Netherlands, and it's not making a whole lot of progress, but it's trying. It's the effort that counts. Yeah, it's the effort, I guess. Egypt, I don't know where the settler's going to go. I guess like here would be a good spot. Or maybe they'll get a Panama Canal if they went for a southern one. To be honest, it's probably like Rhodesia. They might just pick... There's not actually that much space. Never mind, don't worry. The Dutch just added to their already owned land and settled right here, which continues to make it look bigger, and will keep them in the race for number 1 by land. And the Tsar settler is still fairly far away. In fact, it hasn't moved since... Oh no, was it down here? I don't know, maybe it has moved. I don't know if they'll settle near their other city or just go somewhere else, but at the moment, this city's already pretty big. You know, if you put it down here, you're already probably going to get most of the central United States. Canada's still pretty open. The Netherlands have a little bit of it, but not all too much. Yeah, it is not looking good for the Congo and Burundi. No, Egypt just went, so I think Burundi should kill this pikeman. They should be safe for now. We'll see. Ethiopia pieces out with the Songhai. Pretty big peace deal, I guess, between 2 sort of mid-strength African nations, but yeah, obviously they're not very near each other. They probably maybe killed a few of each other's boats that randomly ran into each other, but nothing more than that. But yeah, at the moment, this is probably the next big event. The next big capital likely to fall will be the capital of Mbanza. Of Congo, that is Mbanza Congo. We'll sit here, it's about to go onto the mods, see if we can actually catch one falling in the flesh, because it's a pretty rare occurrence sometimes. I tend to miss the big events. Let's just sit around. The problem is when I do this, the game like intentionally slows down, like it knows what I'm waiting for. It's just starts getting ready to not show me anything, but hopefully that won't happen here. I just got really surprised then, but okay, Carthage retook that city off Portugal, at least for now. Portugal just went as well, which suggests it will be staying that way for a bit longer. I don't know if Rhodesia can do this in 1 turn. The artillery's... Oh no, it's close now. It's 3 tiles, isn't it, on flat land. So I guess, yeah, maybe these ones could shoot. These 2 could as well. Okay, there you go. 0 health. Next turn, the capital of the Congo, will be falling to Rhodesia, which will give them a border to Nigeria. And I mean, if they can get Kabasa as well, this is like a key to, I mean, not necessarily a new world you're fighting. These civs are much stronger than Congo and Burundi, but it does open up some more opportunities. You wouldn't have to go through Burundi, which is like a nightmare. And Burundi put down a citadel. I think that was there the whole time. I think they didn't have the tech. It was like the old looking citadel. Maybe it was there the whole time, or maybe it wasn't and it is new. Who knows? Let's not get confused on this one. Let's not get hung up on it. It was there, or it wasn't. Schrodinger's citadel. Maybe if we don't look at it, we'll never know, and then it won't matter. This Dutch settler is heading further south, it looks, than the others, so maybe this one's heading towards the Caribbean, which is obviously available. There is definitely a lack of land. I don't think we'll see any more settlers getting settled in South America. Rhodesia, that's looking like they're moving on elsewhere, maybe to Mexico. Still pretty open, this territory. But yeah, North America is definitely like the final frontier of settling that's still available. Hawaii is still out here. India's got another settler about to arrive in California again. Australia, I guess you probably squeeze one more in here, or two. But the AI is probably less likely to fill up. I don't know where these guys are going. Does Antarctica become available? I guess New Zealand's available too. So we could see... yeah, let's see. Right, what am I looking for? Turn 188. So I'll probably be doing one more episode after this one. Then it'll be time for the Info Addicts and the Alternate series, which is quite exciting. Because I haven't actually run it yet. I know I keep saying that. But then the game just keeps getting a bit slower. Hopefully that won't take as long as this. I'm sure I'll get it done in one day of running the game. I mean, the thing is, this feels like it's been a week, because it has been like a week or so. But yeah, it's probably only 2 hours or whatever, max, of running time. Since then, what is this? This is episode 16. We did, oh, is it? Yeah, maybe. We did do that one on 10 episodes, mainly 15 minutes or so. That's like 3 hours if you include the 20-minute episodes. So yeah, I'll run that tomorrow and get that ready as soon as possible. And obviously we'll be looking at the info addicts for this series, which I feel are going to tell us a lot, because we've not looked at them. And if on this sort kind of speed, bearing in mind like horses were the main method of transportation last time, now you've got Russia with land ships and stuff, things will definitely have changed since back then. Quite obviously, I mean, at this point, Russia has a nuclear missile. Okay, well, they're definitely in the lead, that is for sure. Maybe I underestimated them a bit when I gave the other civs a bit of a chance. Jeez. Russia does get double strategic resources, so if anyone didn't need bonus strategic resources, I guess it was Russia. They do also own Attila's court, which gives them double strategic resources. So yeah, I mean, that does make a bit of sense. This is, oh my goodness, the Tsar looks like they might be about to pay for embarrassing the Russians a bit earlier. This could be one of the most devastating assaults of all time. If they just unleash that arsenal, oh my goodness, it could be interesting to watch. I don't think it'd be very fun for anyone rooting for anyone but Russia, who are certainly, they have definitely won more battles than anyone else now. They even won that champions battle, I think I did a while back, for the people that had won it the most times, and so that was always a good sign. But yeah, they've won recently as well. So but they do have a big advantage. Like, obviously, you have the usual candidates. Mongolia and the Zulu are definitely the two you look to on the world map. I think we've definitely nerfed the Zulu to death by including Rhodesia or South Africa, which I feel bad. It's kind of harsh, because they're the civs that it's not. I mean, Rhodesia always does well, and I think in future I'm going to use them less and have South Africa on a world map. Although, to be honest, the Zulu's not doing too well in my Songhai playthrough either. But yeah, it feels bad, because the Zulu, if I don't have either of them, the Zulu will win. Like, there's no denying it. They win every time. It's kind of Mongolia, I feel like, is the ideal scenario. They're not always running away with it. For a point, it looked like they were going to run away with this one, but it all fell apart for them. But yeah, including the Jar, I think is just, it makes China aggressive enough, and I don't know, it just changes things about Mongolia, I think. Because I think it's just the fact that if Mongolia kills China, it's not all over. But there you go. the Congo very briefly lost their capital, but got it back. But I'm sure on next turn, Rhodesia will get hold of that again. Carthage is... Oh, the city's at 0 health, but they're putting up a good fight to defend this for now. Turn 190. Quite a big point in the series. No, not really. Just 10 short of a big point, I guess, at turn 200. I was just trying to make it sound better than it was. What else is going on? What else can we see is clear? Oh, Greece now is playing. Everyone's getting planes, even the civs that you wouldn't really consider to be doing that well. That is why the info addicts will be our best friend here. I did not expect Greece to be there before some of these civs, but then Nigeria have battleships, you know. Artillery for the Songhai, just things that Greece don't have. So it's kind of a trade-off, isn't it? Like Greece have gone for flight, Nigeria has gone for battleships, Songhai's gone for artillery. They're probably all on the same number of technologies, which is fair enough. How is Britain's little triangle doing? Little Edinburgh, Manchester, Dublin, looking pretty good. Obviously this part of Florida, not Florida, the Yucatan Peninsula, this part of Florida, and Cuba. Nice little Caribbean resort area, nice holiday destinations, I would imagine, for the people of this Great Britain. And they've got a bit of France as well. They're really... Oh, wow. The Dutch taking control of this pass. I don't know how many city names they have left. That's quite a complex one coming out of the... Haven't seen that one before. Dash and a comma at the... or an apostrophe at the start. There you go. But the Dutch... That doesn't do too much. Britain still has a way out. They control all of the channel. But yeah, I mean... It just guarantees the Dutch are in control of coming out through the north at the very least. I mean, they can come out of Braga eventually. Rome's also managed to squeeze a settler out. Good job for them. Japan has peaced out with Mongolia. That means Japan will survive for a while. This is a very crowded population density area. There is some statistics I've always thought we could measure that are not included in the actual info addict. I probably wouldn't do it, but or include them. But you could like do if you did population over tiles or something, or square kilometers, you could work out a good one. In fact, work out actually where the most dense country is. I don't know, stuff like that could be kind of fun. Probably wouldn't do it in one of these games because there's just too many civs. But if I ever had the info addicts on by chance and I was playing like an 8 or 10 civ game, it'd be more interesting to look at. But yeah, there's so many different things you could actually imply, like soldiers per population. Because sometimes they manage to... I've definitely seen the soldiers go like above 50% of the population. I would imagine Russia's is quite... Actually, no, the populations get pretty big on this. And probably not. Mabanza Congo has fallen to Rhodesia. That's quite a big blow. Again. It's no bad. That's a very loud postman, I think. The Tsar has completed the Manhattan Project, so they're not too far behind Russia, only one episode. Although Russia obviously didn't hesitate from completing it to getting their nuclear missiles. So, I'm not sure if it'll be the same story for the Tsar, but we'll see. Right, one more turn of this episode. Who is going to be doing what? Also, Egypt are doing really good. I think we've definitely touched on that, but that is... Oh wait, they always had these. This was always that small. Never mind. That is good Citadel. Well, it's not good, but it's annoying. I can see why Carthage wouldn't like it. I don't know if it's the best use of land, but they wouldn't have it if not. So I don't always like it when they spam loads together. I guess I'm just too nice of a person to do it, which is probably why. See, in my series recently, I did one just to steal away a resource, but I would never like spam that many just to get hold of something. Nigeria with a settler now coming across. There's the Dutch one. Maybe the Dutch will give us a Panama Canal. Maybe they are the AI, the missing link. We've never really... They're hardly ever included, particularly on a world map, just because I like to have the biggest countries. So France and Germany are obviously always preferred. Here, obviously, I didn't include France, so it was fine to put the Netherlands in. Similar to Portugal, I just always go for Spain because Spain is naturally bigger than Portugal. But yeah, in this one, maybe the Dutch, maybe they have this AI with the IQ. It's going to settle here. But sadly, there's a very good chance they're going to settle on this island for some fish. So let's not get our hopes up. But Nigeria, these civs, they're on a trajectory that gives us some hope. That's all they need to give us. A new hope. Episode 16. Of the AI only, the quest for the Panama Canal. That's actually the only reason I do these battles. I don't care about the result. I just want to see if the AI will one day settle a canal city. Sure, it will happen one day. The Shah settler, much further north than their original city. India's is sort of in the desert at the moment. There is a wonder here, the Barringer crater available. Some marble resource, and if you settle sort of north of this mountain, you can get the river in there, and the incense as well between the mountains. Or if you settle on this, despite being in the desert, there is floodplains, which makes it a bit, it's better than a regular desert. It basically acts like plains, or, actually, but even better, it acts like more like grassland, because it's got 2 food. Not sure, we've seen lots of civs settle here before, so it is quite possible that happens. Is Rhodesia making more progress? No, but they have locked down the capital, so the Congo, it's not looking so good for them. They will obviously be forced out. This will soon be, probably their new capital will be one of these cities, but they could play the role as Brazil, and I don't want to, they're still equally strength, like their colony is no better than Rhodesia's, but when they're focused out here, you never know, maybe they will try to conquer South America, because obviously Egypt is very open right now, maybe the Congo could unite South America. It seems unlikely. Rhodesia's doing very well down here themselves, but you never know. Oh my goodness, I think India and the Jar might be interested in some of this land. I don't know what else why are they going together? I thought they were going to attack each other down here. No, apparently not. They're just moving around. These two are obviously playing a very high level game of chess before going to war, I guess. Probably going to happen soon. What was that other war? Carthage is just about holding on to this city, but that will be it for this episode. So as always, if you have enjoyed, be sure to leave a like and a comment down below. Be sure to subscribe as well if you're new to the channel and haven't already. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.